I'm Big D from Sunday for 7 Days. Thank you for joining me. On today's Prey video, I'm going to take you through the next part of the current chapter that I am showcasing as a walkthrough for the 2017 game Prey. This chapter, which is Deep Storage, Detour, will take us further into the Psychotronics section on our way through, hopefully, to the G.U.T.S and on our way up to the Arboretum. There we go, I finally got it right. Woo! Up to the see, I was showboating there. The Arboretum, and get access to deep storage. Last week, we got information from January that we needed to get up to deep storage to get a copy of our arming key, because we need to try and destroy the space station Talos 1. Unfortunately, the main route to get there, the main lift, was malfunctioning and was out of commission. So we've had to take a detour route through Psychotronics. On our way, last week, we picked up a piece of kit called the Psychoscope, which allows us to scan mimics and pick up information on them. So this will become more and more useful as we go through this section. This is one of a number of videos I am doing and have done on the 2017 game Prey. So if you haven't seen any of these and wish to do so before continuing with this video, then please click on the link that's showing on the screen just now. For everybody else who would like to continue into this absolute rabbit warren of raucousness that is Prey, then let us begin. Okay, so we'd just come through decontamination last week, and we've got the Psychoscope, so if I put that on, you'll see it scans things. At the moment, there is nothing in front of me, so I'm going to switch that off for just now, but where we're heading for is straight ahead. Ooh, hello, who's that?
Scanning. Neuroimaging shows your psychoactive potential is at or near peak levels.
Oh, thank you. That's nice to know. So we need to go straight ahead and up this lift. I'll just plot the map before we go ahead. So we are at the bottom of these lifts on level 1. So last week we came in from the lobby, through the security station, and through decontamination, having picked up the Psychoscope along the way. We now need to go up this lift, and if we do that, it's not mapped out yet, but hopefully you can see that. We will want to come through the atrium. We will explore lots of side areas along the way, because there's lots of things to see and pick up, and it's useful because you pick up kit, you pick up information, you pick up things that you can recycle, so it's all handy. But ultimately what we're wanting to do is get to the G.U.T.S here at the bottom, and we have to make our way through the Psychotronics area to do that. So without further ado, let's head up the lift. Go. And we're into the atrium.
All right, Morgan, I know I can't make you stay put, but you're gonna die down there if you don't listen to me. You need to calibrate your psychoscope. Try scanning the typhon specimens around you. Once you get enough scan data, the labs will open. More importantly, you'll be able to install typhon-based neuromods. You'll be unstoppable. That's what this is all about, Morgan. You spent 3 years of your life making it possible. Putting what they can do into us. You've just forgotten.
Transcribe, what's this?
Dr. Thorstein, where are you? Machine shop. I was just... I heard an explosion. Forget that. Grab whatever you can and get to my office. We're evacuating. What? What should I... Neuromods, exotic material. Just hurry. Meet me in my office. Yes, sir. And bring a glue gun.
Yes, we've heard that one before. Apologies. So, let's scan a few things. What's that? That's the science operator.
Research complete.
So it tells us what the weaknesses and the immunities of the science operators even are. That may become, well, as we know, some of them do get corrupted, so it's useful to know that. And if I go into my data, this is what it gives me, a bit more information about what they are and what their weaknesses are, because knowing what the weaknesses of your enemies are means that you can choose the weapons that you use. So, for example, with the science operators, if it's corrupted, if you use anything electric or an EMP, so it's immune to null waves and psychic attacks, but if you use EMP charges, that will do it some damage. For example, now, there's something in here. Look at this. Phantom in there.
Scan complete. More specimens required.
Okay. On to the next one. Open this container up and see if there's one in here. No, that one's empty. Okay, let's wander over here. Let's see if there's anything there. And there is. Another phantom.
Scan complete.
And it says scan complete, kinetic blast available. So that is a piece of. Oh, hang on.
Good. Sending you the code to his safe and direct to Calstrup's office. I'm certain he's hidden neuromods there. Use them to install one of the typhon abilities. Do that, maybe you'll live long enough for me to see your face again.
So our research on the Phantom has, just seeing if it's in here. So Kinetic Blast 1 and 2, I think it's opened up Kinetic Blast 1 at the moment. It's the level of research we've done with the Psychoscope. And also useful to know that Phantoms are immune to EMP, so don't use them on them. But do use the glue gun because it slows them down. This one first. There it is. Scan that.
Scan complete. More specimens required.
Okay. So you'll also note that Alex has given us the code to a safe in Dr. Calstrup's office. So if I go to the objectives, Dr. Calstrup's neuromods, Alex sent me the code to Dr. Calstrup's safe. I should collect the neuromods he says are inside. Okay. Oops, sorry. And if I bring up the map, we will see that that is here in the director's office. So just to our right as we are currently standing, which is over behind here. So let's have a look over here. Okay, so this door is shut, and we don't have a key card for this office. And the windows have been blocked up with glue, probably because something is in there. But let's go investigate, because otherwise, what's the harm in that? So let's see, is there a window I need to smash? No. Here we go. Okay. So this is Dr. Calstrup's office. His safe is over here, but I'm just going to pull up the glue gun and block that faulty electric arc so that we can get the neuromods that are in this safe. There we go. Opened it. And we've got a neuromod fabrication plan and 2 neuromods. Aha.
Morgan, a warning. If you scan enough typhon organisms, you'll be able to install neuromods that are powerful, but they're the reason we're in this mess. For one thing, the station's defensive turrets will identify you as an alien threat. There might be worse consequences I can't yet see. I don't want you to lose yourself.
Okay, so that was a little warning from our friend and helper, the operator January. And it's an important piece of the game. You can apply mimic powers once you get skills to use them by scanning the mimics, or scanning the typhons rather. But the more you add, the more you become an alien, basically. And it means that things like turrets will start to see you as non-human. So you have to be a little bit careful with that and balance it out. But the skills are still useful to have. Now, before I go that again, and stop the electricity. Okay, another set of notes. This is Dr. Telstra. We've got a key card to his cabin and to this office. I'm just going to walk away from there in case the electricity comes back on again. So the cabins we haven't gotten to yet, that's in the crew quarters, but there's a number of cabins there that if you pick up the key cards, there's different explore and discover and so on and so forth. Now, the other things that we're going to do here, hang on, let's just wait. It's going to come through in a second. There we go. I suppose let's just have a look at Dr. Kelstrup's workstation quickly. Okay, time to talk. Our esteemed colleague, Dr. and stage report on number 37. Recycle some stuff. There we go. Transfer the gel. Ornamental 4. Right. Interesting. There's something about it. Anywho's. So here's a fabricator. What's that? Even. Strange. Okay. Please. So, yeah. A minute for sure. There we go. Short work of that. Right, where were we? Okay, so we've now got a neuromod fabrication. So let's create a neuromod. Okay, yeah, we've run out of bits and pieces for that. Never mind. Let us apply some neuromods. Okay, so of the typhon neuromod skills, the only ones we can access are the ones that we've managed to glean from our research and data accrued from looking, or scanning rather, the mimic and the typhon. So we've discovered kinetic blast. It requires 3 neuromods, so let's acquire that. See what happens. Right. And the uh-oh.
What's happening? Don't let them do this to you.
How does it feel? Do you remember? The first time you said it was like you were outside yourself, like time itself had bent its knee, waiting for you to decide. You moved my chair without touching it. It gave me chills. The possibilities. You became something new that day. Something higher. I knew then, as I believe now, that our mission is to lift up all humanity in the same way.
Okay. So this is another infomercial about side targeting. Some powers are triggered instantly when you press L2. Some powers are targeted. To stop time and enter side targeting mode, press L2 and then use the R stick to aim, and then release L2 to execute the side power on the targeted location. So we just picked up a side blast, so that should be interesting to see what that does when we come across another enemy. Oh, right. above us. So we're just going to put the glue gun down because I've noticed some organic material in the shape of these plants, so let's harvest some plants. Make more neuromods. No. Oh yes. Tomatoes. Wander up here. Let's see what we can do. Not enough in neuromods. Oh well. Not to worry. Oh. We need to pick up some foam bolts. They will become useful later on. We can always pop it back here, hopefully, if we need any more. Last but not least, just some things here. That electric junction. So deal with it again. Maybe I should have done that to begin with. And let's unlock this door. We have the key card for it, but it does mean that back in here we're not having to jump through.
Hello, Dr. Yu.
Hello. So, flashlight on so we can see what we're doing. There's a few bits and pieces of junk and whatnot we can pick up. Some spare parts. Some more. That's everything. Yeah, okay. So let's wander through to...
Hello.
So what is in here? No, we're okay. Okay, so Labs A, Labs B. Oh, we got a call.
Take a good look. Everything happening on Talos 1 started here. You were so driven in the beginning. My mistake was agreeing to put you at the center of the tests. That's when you began to drift away from me. We're close to understanding what they're after. What they're building. Just need a little more time.
So as we were saying, Labs A, Labs B, and we've got the live exam and the morgue that way, and the materials extraction armory that way. I'm gonna explore the labs first, just take each piece as we go. So let's wander into Labs A. Well, that's not very good. Must be another way to get up there. Okay, let's head to Labs B first. Let's wander in here. Okay. Yes, there's a staircase. Let's just see if there's not anything underneath here. I can pick up. And okay. Okay, slow motion slide. And that door is open. Some glue. Right. Let's head into the labs and see what we can find. Flashlight. There's a lot of things with a lot of sticky notes on them. So this is not a mimic, but that is. Okay. I'm going to come back here in a second. First I'm going to wander in here. Things we can pick up as we go. What is this? Okay, so there's a mimic in there, but not wave transistors, transmitters. Another bit of reading material, just put that in the store. This is Rory Mannion's workstation, just a very quick look. Mimic theory, after the last 3 months here, I'm going with 4 magic. Okay. Hallucinogenic field, pocket dimension. So they're basically trying to work out how the mimics manage to do what they do, i.e. turn themselves into different things. Don't take some more information, I think. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at utilities. Null wave control. Let's deploy the null wave. Why not? Let's see what that I guess that makes it return to its normal form. And there's buttons we can press here. So that's giving us a microscope. It's not able to do anything yet. It's still nullified. Okay, that's fine now. Oh, there we go, and it's turned itself into a microscope. Let's try this one, and that is, I don't know what that is, but it's turned itself into something else. What's this? Some sort of code, and it turns it, oh, sort of bottle, so fascinating. Okay, got a typhon lure. That's going to be handy. Another infomercial telling us about the typhon lure, which is a nightlight. And it's basically a piece of kit that will attract certainly mimics, usually I guess other typhons as well, so that you can misdirect them or bring them into a space and then better take them out. So, useful bit of kit. Might use that a little later on, but for now I'm going to equip my glue gun. There's a little note here. Okay, so it's just a little note on the typhon lure. It's handy. It says not a mimic. Okay. Clearly they're trying to work out what is and isn't a mimic. Dead material.
Isn't it fascinating?
Handy.
There's something almost angelic about those golden filaments, like frozen light. The typhon weave it out of thin air. The question is why? We have a lot of theories, but no solid answers. Not yet. I wish you were with me, Morgan. Not the way you are now. The way you used to be. I know we could tackle this together. Like old times.
Alright.
All specimens
Testing. So it follows, so you see that's how the typhon lure works. So wander in here. Let's out. Okay, so there's another few bits and pieces that we can pick up in here. Tubing, I think the typhon lure, always handy. And I do need the medkit because we're low on health. I'm just going to check if I've got any food. Let's eat that. And now we're going to be really irresponsible and we're going to break the glue barrier that's been placed in the door, probably for very good reason. But, you know, where's your sense of adventure otherwise? Well, there's somebody. Let's see. Ammo from the glue cannon. Take the note on him. And let's see. Pick up the bits and pieces. And let's listen to the transcribe.
I can hear the Weaver through the walls. Son of a bitch is gloating, I know it. How are you holding up?
I dropped a couple of nightlights to lure the phantoms away. Put sticky notes on every goddamn thing I'm sure isn't a mimic. You?
Good. Safe inside the armory. Squashed a mimic that slipped in, but that's it. I got everything sealed tight.
What's our plan?
Wait for rescue?
You know, if we make it, Alex is just going to pull our mods.
You want to remember this shit?
I think we could get out through the guts. Work our way up to the Arboretum.
Okay. Say the word.
research complete. psychic aptitude.
Cool. So that's interesting. We now know why there were a whole bunch of sticky notes in Labs B. Basically, they were playing a game of is it a mimic or isn't it? Seeing what attacked them and what didn't. They also had the plan to get up to the Arboretum through the guts, which is what we're planning to do. And they can actually say the word Arboretum. Hey, I can say the word Arboretum. Hablo español. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Yeah, for how long, I'm not sure. Right, let us wander back into the labs. There's a few things to pick up in here.
Dr. Yu.
That's got a note on it. Oh, there's a mimic. Come on. Come on.
Scan complete. More specimens required.
Oh, there's a... We just get seat. Uh-oh. Right, that's right. A minute. There we go. Now, what's that? Fire hazard. Oh, there's a box. There we go.
Detected.
Go. Maybe I should have scanned it while it was still alive. Definitely something knocking about out there. Right, anything else was along here? Wait a minute. Nicely. Stuff in the cupboard. Good. Right, let's just be a little bit careful. I did hear a phantom out there. So I'm going to do it this way. Got the gun turret and protect, give us some degree of protection.
Vital signs critical.
There we go. That hurt lots. Let's hope we find. Hope there's no more in here. More stuff. Read that already. Okay, Helen barcodes. Workstation status, report 37. Okay. Suicide watch update on... Well, I mean, if you're doing tests on somebody, you can't really blame them for reacting to that. So they're wanting to do some brain surgery. That's nice of them. Okay. No. Okay. Who's that?
Scanning target error. Insufficient typhon material found.
Right, what I'm going to do now is arm the Huntress Bowcaster, because I'm going to show you a little trick with that, with the foam bullets.
Standing down.
Equipped. Now what you'll see is that this door is locked and we can't get through it, and there's no key card for it, and unfortunately we can't even get somehow to the controls on it. I'll just no, there's no window. Okay, so let's re-equip that. Oops. But if I do this, let's see, if I fire onto the utility, use our new defense stuff. There we go. Just gonna apply some more side power. We've got enough. Does that take me out? Yes. Good work. Let's just get rid of these flames. Wait, Luga. Seal this. So that's how you use the kinetic blast, and it's quite effective against phantoms. Although it doesn't leave that much. Ah, here we go. And a med kit. Thank you very much. I might need that. Oh. Those. Take that. Anything else? Yes. Do nicely. Could do with a bit more food, but that will do nicely. Right, where were we? So can I replay this?
Scanning. Log submitted.
There we go.
Ready to scan.
Just in case. Now, where were we? Yes. So if I equip the spellcaster, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and hit the utilities on this terminal. So let's see if I can. That didn't work so well. No, I'm not very good at this. There we go. And if I no, that's maybe locked it. Now if we go on.
Hello.
No, I've got quite a few, that's fine. There we go. That's it. Let's pick up these foam darts while we're here. Oh, there's a weapons upgrade kit, that's what's handy. Sweet toys. And a couple of null wave transmitters, that's handy. Back on here, a couple of emails. Didn't taste like chicken. Okay. That's about, but I'm sure it'll come clear. Implant mirror neurons. Information. What else in here? Transfer.
In light of what we now know the Typhon are capable of, and not capable of, it seems prudent to revisit the Project Cobalt material.
Igor? Neuromods can already adapt typhon material to the human mind. There's no reason in principle the reverse wouldn't work.
Say you managed to insert human neurons into a typhon. How will you know it was successful?
The new neural structures would need to mature over a series of actual experiences.
Or simulated ones.
What?
Simulate the experiences. Calvino. He has...
Right, okay, look, it's fascinating, but let's focus on what we know is working. I don't want anyone devoting resources to this.
That is interesting. Oh, that's probably best with proper weapons now. I don't want to get too much trouble here. Oh, that's back to myself.
Hello.
Hello. there's an airlock. So always handy to unlock airlocks when you find them. It means if you go outside, you can access them from outside, but you have to open them from inside first. So, if you ever find one, usually open it. I may come to regret that, I'm sure. Okay, so where are we? That's the laboratory staircase.
Dr. Yu.
It's you. Where are we? Must have got it. Nope. Torch back on. Now, I'm bringing this in here because this could become handy. Oh no, that wants to actually...
Deploying.
Yeah, that works. So what I'm going to do, I believe, this has been locked. Annalise Gallegos' office has been locked. Bits and pieces, if you find them. And this has been locked up for a reason, so... As you see. Turret makes short work of the limit.
Error. Insufficient typhon material.
Allows you to work
Standing
hard
down.
rather than work smart. It seems to get caught crossfire a little bit, unfortunately. Let's pick up all the bits and pieces. Oh, there we go. Right, let's see what is in here. Let's unlock that door. Test you. Who's this? Annalise Gallegos. Let's have a listen. There's a transcribe
Hello,
here.
Dr. Kelstrom? I wanted to follow up on my request to view one of the volunteer abdication contracts.
Anna, you're supposed to be off today.
I had some time, so I
I've
thought...
already told you, the VACs are sealed documents. My hands are tied.
But isn't there some allowance for the researchers? I mean, God, I'm the one pushing the button.
Look, I understand. I really do. You wouldn't be human if this was easy.
I just want to be sure.
Believe me, everything we've done is perfectly legal.
That's because Talos 1 is in extra-national space. There are no laws.
Anna, you're tired. It's affecting your judgment. Now, I've tolerated it for a while, but enough is enough. You need to take some time, understood?
Yes, Dr. Kelstrom. I understand.
Good. Oh, look, you've made me late for a meeting with Alex.
Always recycling. Nope. Okay, let's have a quick look on. What is on this workstation. Now we don't have the password, but we should be able to hack in. Not too rusty with this. There we go. Seconds to spare. A couple of emails. Remember your mission. This is about... oh yeah. So from Dr. Kelstrup to Annalise Galagos about the fact that she's got qualms about the experiments that they're doing on the volunteers, but apparently they're all criminals, so that's okay then. And our other email, I'm an idiot, from Demian Lin, who was on another transcribe that we heard earlier, and said, I managed to lock my morgue key in the morgue. Kelstrup thinks I'm an imbecile as it is. Have you got any ideas? A huge amount there to go on. I think that's everything in here. So let's just hopefully there's nothing bad. That's good. Register.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. It was already wounded, so let's take that. Spoils this direction if there are any. We're going to do it that way. Let's go this way. This way. Brilliant. Any other bits and pieces of these? Oh dear. There we go. Okay, I think that is everything. Yep, okay. Onwards and onwards.
Hello, Dr. U.
Now, I believe, now I do need some medical assistance. I do believe that there is something there. I think there was a phantom in there. So, let's see, what can we throw in there that will incapacitate it? See, if I use an EMP charge, it will power down the door, so by the time that powers back up, we'll be in trouble. So let's just up my skills. First of all, sorry, up my health, first of all. Actually, let's go old hands are too wrong with the old shotgun. Well, that's got its attention, so it should now come to the door. There we go. That's no one here now. Oh, that was lucky. I thought I had more shotgun shells than I actually did. That was very clever of me. I really do need to pick up some help. Let's get locked away. We have an operator.
Requesting new operator.
Get his new. So let's
Transfer pyramid.
See you again, Dr.
490 medical class up.
Diagnosing bruising, abrasion, fatigue. Nothing about Try to relax. There. All better. You can fill out a service questionnaire at the front desk. Pardon me.
Yes, right. Okay, I think that's everything in the labs. So let's carry on. Something. Ooh. You hear that? I hear that. There's that one.
Dr. Yu.
Hello. Well, YouTubers, that's the first part, or rather, that's the second part of Deep Storage Detour. I'm going to leave you now, looking at this lovely little picture in the atrium. Next time, we will continue towards the guts. And we will go into the material extraction armory, and we will go into the live exam morgue, and hopefully tidy up a few bits and pieces. Well, no, that's fine. But if you've liked this video, then please like and subscribe, and give us your comments. Tell us what you'd like us to cover next in terms of Prey, or any other game, what you've liked, what you've not liked. And yeah, or even just to say hello. We'd love to hear from you. So, until next time, take care.